Are you gonna take over? Yeah.
I use this.
What do you use that for? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching and coming back and just hanging out with me today. Today's video, I'm very chill. I had a migraine all night and all morning, and I have stuff to do. Like, I gotta go somewhere, so I'm doing a pretty natural look. My teacher at school is like, you really need to nail the no makeup look. So I think it's a good time to practice today, especially because I'm a little laid back. I got stuff to do. I feel extremely hungover because migraines make me do that, make me feel that way. And the topic of today is going to be algorithms and why you shouldn't give up on your dreams. You know, what tools I use to just keep my life in check, basically. Like, it's 2018. Wait a minute. It's 2019. We all have an app for that. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to prime my face with my water cream and my silk canvas thing. But anyway, story time. So if you're not affected by algorithms and stuff and you're just here for a good story, let me tell you. So a couple months ago, I don't know what happened, but Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, you know, all the sister sites were shut down and blacked out. It was really, really weird. But at the same time, I was like, oh, thank God. A day off. And then we get put back on and everything is just weird. Our engagement is down, whatever. And they're absolutely right. Like, my engagement is a lot different. It's a lot different. It's a lot different in so many different ways. And I don't think I have the time to just sit down and tell you why it's different. Honestly, they did something. That's what I think. They did something, try to install this update, whatever. And I don't know. All I know is that they did not put things back in chronological order. That's all I want from Instagram, by the way. It's just things in chronological order. I just think it's simpler, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm really, really not. But that's just not all that happened. By the way, before I keep going, I'm gonna use my NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. But anyway, that's not the only thing that happened, really. I think everybody took a blow to morale. They began to really, focus on, and me too, me included. I was like, wait, what is happening here? I was not used to it. I was not looking at it with positive light like I am now. Yeah, people just whew. And with one of my apps, it tracks my followers and stuff like that. And I can't tell you how many accounts, and even and maybe Instagram did this, deleted a bunch of accounts, but I don't know how many account deactivations there were. I couldn't tell you, but there was a lot. I had a couple every day. It makes me sad that some of my friends, some of those were people that I talked to from the beginning of my start on Instagram, gave up, and I don't really have a form of contacting them. But that's what happened, and people started really focusing on their numbers. And once I realized how negative that got, it made me back up and realize my own mistakes and my own negativity that I put out there, because I was also upset about the numbers. And then I realized when I backed up, it made me realize that my self-worth didn't ever lie in likes or comments or saves. That my artistic stuff was still good. I still liked it, you know, and that's what was important. And it did take me a minute to get there. I just remember having just a really hard month. Whew, I went through a lot that month just on my Instagram beauty side, just on my Instagram side, just on my art. Oh my goodness, I have a pimple on my forehead. I never get pimples up here. Weird. Anyway, I realized that what I was going through was growth. As somebody who just sits on Twitter, I still realize that there's a lot of people who aren't there yet, and maybe that this could be a good push for you to just remember that your self-worth is never tied to numbers. It's something that's inside of you. And that sounds really cheesy. It sounds something out of a fortune cookie, But it's the truth. It's the truth. Just because something flops on Instagram doesn't mean that it flopped in life. I just spit everywhere. That's how passionate I am about this. I think people need to like really remember that. You should never tie anything that could live and die with followers and numbers and stuff like that. Like, you are so much more than that. I'm gonna take my amber stick from Fenty and start my contour. But at the same time, with all that said, like, this is a lot of our dreams, and we still need to fight for our dreams, and we do need to figure out where we draw the line. And if you want to work with brands, unfortunately, no matter how good your stuff is, no matter how much of a trendsetter you are, brands need numbers. That's how they sell their stuff, and that's how they make their money. So you could definitely be like, okay, well, I want 100,000 followers, I want, you know, 1 billion followers, whatever. But you need to find that balance in where you put your self-worth, and make sure you don't think about your numbers too much, and you just set better goals that make you a better person. And I'll talk about that more later, because it's okay to have goals like that. It's totally fine. Like, I would just die if I had 2,000 followers by the end of the year on Instagram. Like, that is definitely a goal of mine for the year. But how am I going to reach that goal, and what are my steps to get there? That's what I'm more talking about, and we'll get to that in a little bit. You just have to be aware of when you're getting sucked in and dragged into your numbers. What other people think is a big one. Like, whew. And you just really need to be like true to yourself. Post what you want to post what you think is good, not what you think other people are going to think is good. Because if you don't like it, I guarantee you're not going to be happy. If I don't start remembering to wet my damn sponge. Okay, so I'm going in with my Fenty concealer. If I can find a mirror. I'm a little bit dazed, a little bit dazzled, but I think that's just something we're gonna have to get used to. So now let's talk about goals while I apply my Fenty concealer. I think if you're going to start setting goals, which I think is amazing, and that everybody, my kids should have goals. What do my kids want? They're 2 and 4, but everybody could benefit from having goals, I think. I think your goals should be, yes, I would love to work with brands, love to make advertisements, love to do this, that, and the other. But how am I going to get there? How am I going to become somebody that brands want to work with? Experience, probably. Definitely making the follower count go up. My engagement is actually pretty good, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But what I do have, and I will share a lot of my goals with you so you kind of like understand what's going to make me a better person, a better artist, a better MUA, all that and above. For specifically baby steps, because baby steps are so important, and sometimes they're so small that we forget that we're still moving forward, but we still need to set them. I would love to be certified by my birthday, and my birthday is in October. Late October too, by the way. I would love, or at least, at the very least, I would love to be done with all the beauty stuff and working on my special effects stuff, because I did take the classes where not only do I learn how to do bridal music, but I have basic special effects classes. So I kind of just did a couple years worth of school probably in one go. Like, I am learning so much, but I think I still have, I'm on Unit C, I think Unit D and E are both still like beauty makeup. And I just want to be done with that. I want to go on my special effects, but at the end of the day, I would still love to be certified by my birthday. I want to accomplish something at 25. That's my first one. My second one is getting my freaking studio set up. It still looks like a nursery in here. It's a mess. I think it would definitely help myself and my brain if I just, and my work, if I made this into a room that I really want to be in. And the way to do that is to just get it done. And this is a problem for me because I'm stressing out about finding a freaking couch. Like we desperately need a new couch downstairs, and I'm just like, I can't seem to buy one. Not because couches are really expensive. don't sell any in Valdez. Like I'd have to schedule like shipping stuff. Like I guess it's just a lot for me and I'm going through a lot. And again, we'll get to that later. I'm going in with my Fenty setting powder. I think it would just be beneficial and it would make me also feel a little bit more professional as well. Like I got that new train case and I'm just like, yes, I am the town's MUA. It's amazing. It seems real materialistic, and possibly even annoying, but at the same time, my little brain just can't work in a place that's like always messy, that's not very inspiring. I've basically just learned to surrender to the things that my brain needs, my brain and body needs, and if it's a quiet, clean place, then that is like nice, that has things in it that inspire me, then so be it. Like, lucky me to be able to do that kind of thing. I'm not going to share what kind of shoots I've got planned for this fall. You guys know that I'm doing a poison ivy shoot. Like I'm making my whole costume myself. I'm sewing thousands of rhinestones onto this old corset. I bought 500 feet of faux ivy. Like this is gonna be a whole ordeal. I'm really trying to make sure that that's not the only like big shoot that I do this year, especially as I evolve as a photographer, especially as I evolve as a costume designer and everything in between. I really hope you can't see this like mess. I'm just like throwing my makeup up. It's fine. It's good. We're good. You're good. These two are probably gonna be my hardest goals to master, I guess, or I don't know, like to accomplish. I'm also going in with my Fenty bronzer, by the way. I'm doing Shady Biz because Into Sun is great, but I want to actually look like it hasn't snowed 5 or 6 inches in April, mid to late April. I'm gonna look like I got a little bit of sun. Like I want to bring that tan back that I had before this hell of a last week just went through. But anyway, I have a goal of putting up 20 YouTube videos, and I know I want to put videos up every Wednesday, and I have been. I've been real good the last 3 weeks. But my husband was offered a new job, and he took it. And soon he's going to ship off to Louisiana to for training for 3 months. We have 2 kids. I'm going to be here, not by myself, like my mom and dad live here, my sister lives here, Joey's family lives in Alaska, so it's not like I'm ever going to be alone. And it's not like this isn't something that I'm kind of used to anyway. Like my husband works a lot in the winter if it snows, and like we'll be fine. It's just, it's going to be hard for the kids because my kids love their father so much. And I obviously love him, but I know that it's not indefinite. And then I know that a really awesome vacation is coming at the end of that 3 months. Like, we are just going to go have so much fun. Those kids are just not even going to remember what happened. So, I might not be as active on my socials. And that's okay. Family is always going to be first. Like, if my kids need me that week, if they need more attention, then they need more attention. I'm not ever going to hold back what my kids need because of a job. So, putting out 20 YouTube videos and 500, not 500 posts this year, but I think I'm at like 280 posts on Instagram, and I want to reach 500. 500 quality content pieces to my standards. Okay, like I might have a little bit of trouble for that. That's a real goal for me. Like I think I can do it, but I also know that there is a lot of moving parts in my life right now, and I think that that number is going to be pretty manageable. And my last 2 is just like build my makeup collection, which I've done a really great job on, by the way, maybe too much, and just get more camera equipment. My next thing I want to buy is soft light boxes because I can't really do any of those big shoots that I want to do without better lighting, without backdrops and stuff like that. But it's an investment. I mean, it really is an investment, and that's a perfect segue into what I want to talk about next. I'm also going in with a little blush from MAC. I invested very heavily into schooling and equipment in my personal makeup kit and my client makeup kit. it's also a huge time investment. I spend 3 hours on Instagram every day. And not, I wouldn't even say a third of that is typing out tags and stuff like that. Like I think I might have a little bit arthritis because like holding my phone like this hurts my hand. Like it just feels yucky. I can't do it. So I try and do a lot of that on the computer and then send me an email and just copy and paste. But sometimes you still have to do your research on the Instagram app, like what hashtags are gonna work for me. Hope to God that week. But I'm gonna fix this bun. She's a wreck. It's also a huge investment of time, and that's really hard when you have kids. When you have other priorities, like some people work like a full ass job on top of doing this. But if it's really that important, you're gonna do it. Like, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take like a wash of this and kind of put like a cut crease. I'm just gonna like define my eye with more of islanding on my eyes. If I can find a blending brush. And I want a fat blending brush, like, I want a nice wash of this color. But anyway, engaging in your community is something that we don't do. And if we do, it's like, it's rude. You know, like I've seen so many like horrible comments. I've had people come in my DMs whom I've never talked to and definitely won't, because like blocked. It's just negative, and I'm gonna try and like frame this as delicately as possible. At the end of the day, I've come to this realization that it doesn't matter what you do, it's how you treat people that matters to me. I never want to be the reason why someone on Instagram deletes their account. But I just genuinely want to see people happy, and I want to see people like meeting goals and doing what they love and making beautiful things and putting it into the world. And the only way I can really contribute to that from my small town in the middle of nowhere is saying something positive about your work, giving it a like, giving it a save, just really engaging in my community and making it a better place. Because this isn't my first time going into the beauty community. It is the second, and the first time was because I was a little 18-year-old girl and I went to fashion school and I wanted to desperately become a fashion designer and fashion photographer. I just felt like I wasn't accepted, and it was just like a scary place to be, and that really sucked because my dream was to be in the beauty community. You know, I just wanted to be a part of what makes everybody feel good. Like, you pick out your clothes and you have your own sense of style, even if it's like Kmart fashion or couture fashion. Like, what you wear is an expression of yourself, what you put on your face is an expression of yourself, how you take care of yourself is an expression of yourself. Like, the core of that is the designers and everything else. And I just genuinely have always wanted to make people feel good. And God had other plans for mine and Joey's life, and we just weren't ready. So we had to take a little detour. We had to have some beautiful babies. We had to go rescue some dogs. We had to go on the adventures that we've been on. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful to finally be at a place where we can focus on dreams. It's been wonderful. It's been quite an experience. And putting yourself out there does make you grow as a person, because you're probably talking to people, especially on Instagram. Like, there's so many people on Instagram, so many different diversities. If you put yourself out there the right way, like, don't just go find people who look like you and who do the same art as you. Do the opposite of that. And it really rounds you out and makes you grow as a person. And isn't that what we are wanting as individuals anyway? Like, deep down, isn't that what we all want? Is just to like grow and have experiences. And I don't know, I just can't imagine living in a way where you don't want to do anything. Like, you don't want to put yourself out there, you don't want to go meet people. You basically go against like every instinct. Like, humans want to band together. They want, yeah, they want some sort of human stimulation, you know, like, it's proven that we're a pack animal. What better way if your pack is like super diverse and you all learn from each other? Like, I love it. I flippin' love it. I know, it's amazing, right, Dee? With all of that said, life is about balance, and it's okay to have engagement. It's okay to have good engagement and celebrate. It's okay to have feelings when you don't have good engagement. Let yourself feel those feelings and move on. when you're done. It's just about balance, you know, like it's a matter of getting back up again. I'm gonna do a wing liner today. It's okay to track your engagement. I mean, like if you are doing something that is hurting yourself and this is your dream, then it's okay to know about it and to go fix that. Like, it's just important to not get caught up in it too much. To remember that you are still human and your worth doesn't live and die with what happens here. Nobody could take your worth away. Do you know that? I hope you know that. No matter, you know, who you are as a person, no matter what you've done, no matter what you do, you have value just for being human. And I know that's not preached in the beauty community, who is just now beginning to become a little bit more diverse. It's nuts. I can't talk and do wing liners at the same time. Sorry. Yeah, I really hope that if you take anything away from this video, before I start talking about what kind of tools I use to track my engagement and all that kind of fun stuff, you have worth as a human being. 2, life is all about balance. Don't get too caught up in the numbers. Put yourself, put your art first, always. And the other thing that I don't think I talked enough about is that if you like it and it makes you you and it gives you uniqueness, post it. Like, you don't have to do everything that everybody else does. And I know that I like to jump on trends a lot. But if I'm jumping on trends a lot, it's because I'm not incredibly inspired. I still want to post and I still want to do work. Like, there's nothing more satisfying to me than waving around a brush. Like, it's kind of like my therapy, I guess. And it's important to just take care of yourself and drink your water and say your prayers and lean into your uniqueness. Like, what makes your page unique? What makes you unique? They're there. Do a little soul searching. It's okay to think about yourself. It's okay to take care of yourself. I'm going in with my Lancome mascara because they make the best mascaras. And I use NYX Epic Ink Liner on my eyes, by the way. Okay, so now the tools that I use 2 tools and I pay for 1. And it helps me in more ways than one, actually. I'm going to take my Starstruck Matchstick for my highlighter. It's just a really pretty pale color and it just gives me a nice, like, glow, but with a little color. The tools that I use, I pay for 1 of them. One is called hypeauditor.com. I don't pay for that one. I don't even understand how to pay for it or anything like that. But once a week, they give me a super detailed report on my page. Like, all the analytics you would ever need. And they are actually the ones that say, you know, is your engagement rate good? Does it look like you have a lot of bots on your page? They have more information and they have like all these interesting articles about what is good engagement. If somebody was to pay you for an advertisement right now, you could see how that would do. So I'm like at a whole $3 with my like 1,000 followers. So brands, you know. But the thing is that they say your engagement rate is good if it's between 3 and 6%, and I'm teetering on like almost 6%. It's very, very detailed. You even get the analytics of who your following is. It's pretty spot on. But it was really nice. I signed up for free, and once a week I get, I think on Sundays, I get an email of how my stuff worked that week. What was my most engaging post? What was the engagement rate at? You know, just all this fun stuff. And I don't know if I'm like the only person in the world that gets excited about data and analytics. It could be about like nothing and I'd be like, oh, that's really interesting. I think it's super interesting to find out like who's you're following. Like, you get to learn a little bit more about yourself. It's so cool. But there's that. The other one I do use is a followers app, and it's called Reports Plus, like with a plus sign. And I do pay for that one. I think it's like $5 a month, and it gives me analytics about my audience. It's more strictly about my audience, and I pay for it so I can see who's liking my stuff the most, who's seeing my stuff the most, and that's really nice because like it's hard for me to see that on Instagram. I don't know why. Like, I only get so many notifications. I can't see who just gave me a ton of love. So then I go on my reports page, I see the username, I type in the username on Instagram, and I go forth and send my hearts and support my fellow men and women in the community. Yep, you get story impact, engagement pack, insights pack, and graphics pack, which is really cool to see things in charts. I mean, Who doesn't love a good chart? Maybe I'm just odd. I really like these two tools because they're fairly cheap. At the end of the day, Instagram is a free platform for the most part. I mean, you could pay for things. I've never paid for anything except for this analytics app. If you've paid for ads on Instagram, let me know how that worked, because I am not sold or convinced that they work. But at the end of the day, it's a free app, and we should just be happy that we have such a beautiful way. You know, if you're on Instagram, you're probably a visual person. So what a beautiful way to connect with the whole world and to connect with these people who you would never meet before, like, and people who like the same things as you do, and maybe they're a little bit different, and maybe you learn a little bit more. I follow singer and songwriters, I follow fashion brands, of course, editorial makeup magazines. I follow very interesting people, and I've made some really dope friends. Like, I think it could be used for something good, and I think it has been used for something good. And I don't know, I think a little bit of gratitude and a little bit of a gracious, grateful heart in the morning, like, it's amazing what that will do. And I don't know, guys, I think people just really need to stop complaining. It's not that bad. Even if it is your job, like if you're lucky enough to make this out to your job, what, like, with the complaints, are you doing something about it? Like, what kind of energy are you putting out into the world? You know, like, that shit matters, and I wish people would realize that so much. And if people made more of these types of videos, I felt like I could have gotten out of that slump a little bit better. Not that it's other people's responsibility to make you feel better about yourself, but whatever I could do to help, especially since I was lucky enough to make it out of that slump. You know, in reality, you just need to be happy with yourself and your work, and guys, we've made so many moves to get here. Like we've all worked so hard. Like, let's rejoice in that. Let's be happy with that. And that kind of positivity, that type of flow will only bring more good. Like, come on, like, push out the positive energy. Like, come on, stop worrying about what other people are thinking. Shut up, drink your water, don't judge others, don't worry about what others are judging you for. Do you. Isn't it exhausting not doing you? Like, yeah, right? Remember at the end of the day, like, who you are. Drink your water, say your prayers, listen to Beyonce, be kind, put out only kind vibes, engage in your community, lift others up. Delish. You know, I'm just not gonna give up this time. This is important to me. This community is important to me. I've made too many good friends. I've made too many really great strides for somebody who has no idea what she's doing, to just, like, give it up. So I'm not gonna. Sorry. But that's it. When I get closer to time, I'm gonna throw on some Fenty Gloss Bomb because my lips are chapped with this beautiful snow, although it's sunny right now. So I'm going to put some Gloss Bomb on, gonna eat some lunch, go outside, and then go do my errands later. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know the makeup wasn't that fun. This is just what I do every day. If you like this video, please subscribe and go follow me on Instagram, MakeupXKirsten. I do some fun stuff over there, promise. This is like all shea butter and I love it. Anyway, if you like my video, go subscribe to my channel, go follow me on MakeupXKirsten at Instagram. I put up new videos every Wednesday, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.